This is a really lovely video of colleagues across the South West talking about NHS 70 and what it means to them. I hope you enjoy it.
I think it's something about heart, and you feel it in the people in the room, in that whilst they might not express it explicitly, people who are there want things to work well. They want them to be the best they can possibly be and to be the best for the patients that they serve, and I think that's in line with the original aspirations of the NHS.
For me, I think it's sort of by the people, for the people. I really like that, and it's really embedded in our society.
Whenever I think about what makes the NHS so special, I think it's just a question of going back to the NHS Constitution. It's of the people, for the people. The NHS serves us all at the times of our greatest need. It's there for us. It's there at our happiest times, and it's there at our saddest times as well. And that NHS there as part of our community, as part of our society, makes it absolutely central to our nation.
I think it's such an essential part of our society. It's so embedded within it and leading it in lots of ways. And I think unlike any other sector, you have this massive reservoir of goodwill of the people working in it who want to keep making it survive and get better.
So I'm going to give you a personal anecdote for this. I've just completed my cancer treatment. I've had a phenomenal service from my local NHS hospital and all of those other services that go with it. And what made my experience particularly compelling was that not only were the people that I dealt with concerned about my well-being in terms of my cancer experience, but also my mental health, my family's well-being and how we were doing as a unit. So for me, what's the best thing about our NHS is it cares for the whole patient, not just the medical side.
I think for me it is that it keeps on moving on and responding and changing and being challenged by the people who use the system.
I've had a fantastic career in the NHS. I joined the NHS aged 18 and I joined as a student nurse, and in fact I trained at St Bartholomew's Hospital in London where I was born, so I didn't move very far from home, so it was literally just a few miles up the road, and I was born in Barts, so Barts was a real family hospital for me. And people ask me about why I joined the NHS, and the truth is, at the time, somebody I really quite liked, a boy I really quite liked, was training to be a nurse in another hospital in London, and I thought, well, that might be quite a good idea to do, and so that's how I got into the NHS. But it's safe to say that my love affair with the NHS has endured far, far longer than my love affair with the boy, which lasted about a few weeks after I joined. And the thing that struck me was the passion and the feeling that ran through the NHS from top to bottom, and I think that still exists today. And I've dipped in and out of the NHS. I've worked in other organisations. I've worked in education for a while and research for a while, but there was something that always pulled me back to the NHS. And when I think about the NHS in the South West particularly, there's a historical moment here for us as well, because in 1948 the NHS Act was signed at Dartington Hall in Devon, and we've recently held our Leadership Live event there, so you do feel that you're standing on the shoulders of giants that have gone before you. I'm very proud to be part of the NHS, and I will be proud for the rest of my career in the NHS as well. I know when I think about my family and I think about how they feel about the NHS, they're proud in the NHS just as service users. So there is something really special about working and receiving the services of the NHS. Of course we can do more, and of course we can do better, but NHS at 70, happy birthday.
70 years on, what makes the NHS so special? I think that can only be answered in one way.
People.
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 The people.
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 The people make it so special.
People.